You're watching OTT TV Scripture Reality.
I came across some interesting things in the Old Testament, and I think they're signs for the times that we're in now. In 2 Samuel 5:5, David ruled over Hebron for 7 years and 6 months.
In Hebron he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months, and in Jerusalem he reigned 33 years over all Israel and Judah.
Now we jump to Kings chapter 6. His son Solomon built the temple for the Father, and it took 7 years and 6 months. That is very interesting.
Chapter 6. And it came to pass in the 480th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel, in the month Ziph, which is the 2nd month, that he began to build the house of the Lord. And in the 11th year, in the month Bul, which is the 8th month, was the house finished, throughout all the parts thereof, and according to all the fashion of it. So was he 7 years in building it.
And when you get to chapter 10 in Kings, Solomon was paid that year 666 talents of gold.
Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 666 talents of gold.
Now we fast forward to now. In 2015, they planned Agenda 2030. If you divide 15 in half, it's 7 years and 6 months. And the United Nations is celebrating the halfway mark at 7 years and 6 months. And there's another 7 years and 6 months till they obtain their goal. I don't think there's any coincidence. I think it's a sign of the times we're in, and I think we need to pay attention to these. Absolutely amazing how these things are left for us in the old scripture. Check this out. Notice they use to commit. I went ahead and copy and paste definitions with the KJV Bible would reference to commit is to give in trust, to put into the hands or power of another, or to entrust with two, or to commit the body to the grave, or to put or sent to for confinement, as to commit an offender to prison. Hence, for the sake of brevity, commit is used for imprison. The sheriff has committed the offender. These two were committed, at least restrained of their liberty. To do, to effect, to perpetrate, as to commit murder, treason, felony, or trespass. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Commit is usually used in a negative fashion, as you can see. So we have seven years and 6 months David ruled over Hebron. His son Solomon took 7 years and 6 months to build the temple for the Father, and in that last year he was paid 666 talents of gold. And we have 7 years and 6 months of their attainable goals from their halfway mark. It's definitely a warning that we're going into the mark, and you can see that they're putting this all together. If you see those orbs for that one coin company, it's just the beginning, folks. This is eventually going to be mandated by the governments. Whatever governments are in charge when this takes place, this is how it's going to be. In my personal opinion, I think America is going to collapse and another power is going to take over here when the smoke clears and force that on us. And this only gets more interesting from here. Also, notice how the UN is using the Great Reset rainbow ring. That's also a personal crest symbol for King Charles, because this is his Great Reset. There are no coincidences, folks.
The only limit to a human future is in our own imaginations.